Evening traders, what's going on, goats? It is Thursday, January 26th, 7:39. I am actually late, 30 minutes late, guys. So I apologize for that, but want to go ahead and get into the session for today, guys. So welcome to Digital Goat Academy. I am your host, the Digital Goat, guys. Anybody that finds value on my channel, guys, make sure you hit that like button as well as subscribe if you find value. If you don't, guys, I definitely understand. No love lost. But yeah, this is market overview, guys. This is market overview for Thursdays. We normally try to close out, just giving a view or a review of the market and see, what transpired with some of the plays that we were looking at. And that might actually set us up for next week. So I'm just going to go into the couple of trades that I threw out. Now, I already started off with EURGBP. This was a trade that I was actively looking at. I know I gave it out to my community. From this point, the market popped up. It popped up, created a new level, a new high, but also, new higher low, and then new level of resistance. So I'm confident that the market's going to play out in the way that we want it. We just had to be patient and wait for the market to, pretty much block out all this confusion, stop hunting, whatever the market was doing in order to push traders out of their positions. But if you see, we're currently at 87,880. Well, as far as price action, 87, 770, 770 or 771. So that's good. The market is actually showing bearish momentum. I like that, guys. So we'll come back to that because that's probably the only active trade that I have going on right now. The other ones would be NZDUSD. I know we talked about that the entire week, NZDUSD. Now, there is something I'm going to show you guys in the future, how I was able to orchestrate or see like how NZD would play out. And it's something that I use regularly. So if you guys see this with NZDUSD, now I know I got a lot of confusion going on there, a lot of chaos. I'll just go ahead and clean this up right now, guys. But if you look, this was my prior, this black line right here. This was my prior support just from here to here. Now, what I ended up doing, if you see that I backed out to the higher time frame, what I ended up doing was, well, let me go back to the 4-hour. I like that better. What I ended up doing was that I had a support. I had this trend line for support. Obviously, we know a trend, an uptrend or a downtrend still can create support or resistance, but it was down here, right? So it was somewhere down here. And the reason why I said that is because this is the last position that I have before the market took off. Now, I extended it to see, are we still supporting or trending up, guys? Are we still supporting this level with this invisible line, right? Let's go back to it. Yes, we are. All I did was extend, guys. I try to keep it as perfect as possible. And all I did was extend. And if you look, if you turn it to, and I know I got a lot of chaos going on, guys, so bear with me. If you turn it to a line chart, you'll see that it, in fact, touched this trend line for the what time? The fourth time, guys. Here we have, remember I was going over this where I was saying, okay, this is our first touch. This is our second. This is our third, fourth breakout. The reason why you can identify the, this would have been our second. In all honesty, the trend line probably would have came from here. So it would have been 1, 2, 3, 4 breakout because you had your fake out, right? So you had your fake out like that. It was trying to go to the downside. This should be our breakout candle to take this market up. So as far as we're seeing for NZDUSD, guys, anybody that was looking at that trade last night, we're still in the area to one, if you bought at my price zone, you're in profit. Let me see how much profit you're up. 12 to 15 pips. And based off of what I said yesterday, let me see where this market came down to. Okay, so it did in fact pop up. I remember last night. So it did in fact pop up like 15 pips. Then it came all the way down, still respecting this support line. Now, I mentioned that earlier on in the week, that if the market actually did come down to this was my original buy zone. My original buy zone was 64, 64,425. So remember, I mentioned this we were somewhere over here and the market straight up played this zone. So the next zone that I had, this is not representing like my buy price, just the zone that I was looking to enter in the market. So it stayed above my original entry. If you guys see right here, this is my original entry. I'll even annotate that, right? Original entry, right? Original entry for the buy. If I had stayed in that entry, I probably would have been straight. But obviously, when the market made its way up here, guys, I got out because I think that was about, let me see, 50, 30 pips, 70 pips. So, you know, again, guys, I talk about that 2 to 3% so you can make that gain, what you're willing to risk. 2 to 3% of your account. Obviously, we know some of y'all go above that. So 3 to 4% as far as like the loss, but the gains, like, you know, the market moves 25 to 30 pips, guys, before it starts reversing or retesting, whatever the case the market may be doing. So 70 pips, that is good for a slow pair like NZDUSD, guys. Slow pair, right? So that's good money. And you could have had good money like more than once. So you had an entry right here. If you guys see, I'm going to put all the entries you could have taken for a buy. And for my scalpers, you probably could have taken this for the sell. But when I'm looking at the market and I made my mind up for its trend, I'm only following the trend. I'm not trying to counter trend out. Yes, if I see strong resistance where it seems like it may blow through the previous levels of support, then yeah, I understand. Playing both sides of the fence, but more than not, if you stay with the trend, that'll be friendly to you versus you trying to counter trend every time like you see the market looks like it's giving, you know, a good entry or, you know, some good moves in the market. So you could have bought right here. And I annotated them, guys, so you can see the color blue for buy. Could have bought right here. What was that just now? Okay, you could have bought. So even from our original zone, so this was last week's trade. I mean, was it last week's or the week prior where I ended up catching? Yeah, this was last week's trade where I ended up catching the initial move. And now the market is pretty much ranging to throw people off. But each time you had an opportunity 4 times to buy, 4 times to buy. And let's see how many pips that would have been if you would have caught it like at the areas that I threw out and where it went to. So 75 pips the first move, right? About 60 pips the second move if you played that resistance. 60 pips. Yeah, you probably would have, yeah, you would have had it. 50 pips from this move. And for this move, you would have been up 43 pips. So let's just do that math. Let's just do that math real quick, right? I'm going to do a roundabout because I can't remember. I know we said 75. And we said 60. So obviously that's 130 already. That's already 130 pips. Let me see. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to do this. So between, what is this, Monday and Tuesday, in 2 days, off a slow pair, if you would have just got in the market and got back in, you would already have 130 pips, right? That's good money for, or that's good profit for NZD USD, guys, right? So let's look at over here. I think I said, what, 50 and 40? Yeah. 50 pips. So if you were aiming for 50 pips from that entry in a perfect world, guys, 50 and 40. $90 pips. So you're looking at 220 pips that you would have been able to make in the market this week, guys, just from scalping. Well, really, this would have been intraday trading, but some people will say scalping. I know some of my partners will say scalping, but I believe this is intraday trading, but in a scalping form. But anyway, guys, 90 pips plus 130 equals 220 pips, right? So if you had did this and you were trading at a standard, right? And obviously we know we could incur losses, right? One, you would have been at 2,200. Oh, somebody's like, wait, 22,000? Obviously shave off like maybe like, I don't know, $100 or $200 just because of the exchange rate, guys, and where you may have gotten in. But you're looking at before Friday, $2,200, guys, before Friday, right? Because Friday's tomorrow. That's what you would have been up by now in those 4 days, right? From Monday all the way to Thursday. In 4 days, $2,000. So, manage your trading, properly, guys. You know what I'm saying? When you see moves like this, again, have that risk to reward ratio where you're pretty much looking at it to come 25, 30 pips. Because I know that, one, we're at the beginning of the year. The market is definitely not going to give out plays until we get a little bit more data until like Q2 and Q3. That's when you'll start seeing these straight lines. And then it seems like the market's never returning back to these positions to retest. But right now, as data is coming in, it's choppy right now. It's a mess. It's chaos. You know what I'm saying, guys? But manage the trade properly, 25, 30 pips until you get the breakout. When is that breakout normally probably coming? Probably on Wednesday or Thursday. Definitely on Friday, but Friday, I don't recommend anybody trading because any profit that you would have gained, because there's hardly any momentum when we get like further into the New York session, you could potentially lose. Now, I'm a fan of keeping the trade over the night before into Friday. So if you already entered the night before and it's like, okay, I still want to see how the momentum plays out, then yeah, I understand that, guys. But as far as like entering on Friday, what did they say in Hunger Games? May the odds be forever in your favor, guys. So yeah, that's what you would have been able to acquire off of NZDUSD if you took the trade again, guys. We're back in profit. We're back in profit almost. Are we almost 20 pips up? No, it's still the 15, like I said. So 15 pips, guys. I do expect this to be the breakout where the market takes it all the way back up to our position. And we can go a little bit higher. So for my swing traders out there, if you find that, man, I do believe that we can be in this market a little bit longer than what this guy is anticipating. Hey, knock yourself out, guys. But as far as NZDUSD is concerned, we are bullish. Now, let's go into the dollar index, right? I got to talk about that because I'm American. So it just makes sense that NZDUSD is bullish. It just makes sense that a lot of these other pairs are pulling up against the dollar. Now, if you look right here, the market did gap up. We're about to hit 8 o'clock. So unless the market carries this, unless the market collects this, which it might just run away from it, we could get a retest back to our entry off of NZDUSD. But that's for anybody that's, trading it aggressively like that. If you even care, many of you may not even trade that pair, but anybody that is, just warrant that when you see these gaps, just be in anticipation and know that that market will come down harder than what you think. You know what I'm saying? So we have a gap right now. I don't know when the market will come back to collect this. It could be, tomorrow. It could be tomorrow that the market pulls down, or late night, 3 a.m., the market decides to jack up. But by then, we probably moved to like a secure space where the market won't, affect us that much like that. But let me go ahead and since I identified that, let me look at this. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and secure that profit because I identified that, you know what I'm saying? Because I was already in NZD myself. Now let's look at the last two things. I'm gonna look at cryptocurrency. I'm gonna look at the NASDAQ because, guys, man, that NAS took off, guys. I didn't have like a position that I called out for my team, but from where we already came from, the market literally came back to a zone that it broke out of. Literally, to the T, pulled up, and now this thing is, forever bullish right now. So until we see, you know, the market actually start to pretty much break these levels, we got to assume that the NASDAQ is up, guys, is bullish, right? It is trending up. Now, many of you are probably like, well, what made it spike up so aggressively, right? Well, guys, if you're a fan of Tesla or you follow stocks, you see Tesla is now at 160, guys. It's now at 160 from the time that I think I only mentioned this on social media that we were at 109. I was pressing the buy button so hard because I was trying to get in at 109. I think it put me at like 112 or something like that. But guys, the momentum is up. Just look at it. Just change it to a Hakanashi. Just look at the momentum, right? Not slowing down at all. Not slowing down at all for Tesla. So, you know, I know there's a lot of skeptics because it's easier to say, ain't no way this market is rallying like that than to be like, oh yeah, this market is rallying. I know that there's a lot of skeptics that's like, man, Tesla is not going to push up. I don't know where its stopping point is going to be, guys, but we could just use basic methodologies that we know within the market to discern where it may decide to either pull back from or stop. More than likely, it'll probably, this is a high level of resistance, you know, and I can see the support, but it'll probably like reject off this part a little bit, and then it'll probably respect this resistance. So until we get to this level of resistance, we really don't know what Tesla is trying to do. But as far as we know right now, that momentum is high. Guess what that reacted to? That reacted to tech stocks, which is NASDAQ, guys. It also helped US 30 gain some traction to the upside because obviously companies that are invested in Tesla are just doing better now, just because of that momentum. So let me just look at, so yeah, Nas is bullish until we get some type of, the only thing I'm looking for is like a pullback, unless I see literally it trying to reverse, and it'll probably push up higher, and then we'll be able to spot that reversal. But I wouldn't even say reverse. I'll just say like an aggressive pullback. I mean, because Nas could still come to those levels that we just looked at, especially when you look at that wick that it left behind. Well, I mean, this is still structure, but when you go out to like the daily time frame, it happens so fast that, of course, when it decides to come down, it's going to come and sweep it on the other side because it happened too fast, guys. That's money left over, but it's also momentum that this was pretty much a bank entry right here, guys. This for a fact was a bank entry. So as we know, or company entry. So as we know right now, the company, or you know, the banks or the stock market is in control of the NASDAQ. So we are bullish until the market decides to sweep all the way to the opposite side to come back down to these levels. I don't think these levels are saying that the market is about to reverse. I just think that there's a lot of levels we haven't come back to for the market to retest before it comes back up. Just basic trading, guys, like nothing too out the way. So we are at a level of resistance. It makes sense that this thing is trying to pull back a little bit, you know, and then boost up. It'll probably clear this wick, definitely, and then make its move from there, guys. So let's look at something else. What are we looking at? US 30. I mentioned that yesterday, guys, too. Was that yesterday? Yeah, that was yesterday. Same thing with US 30, if you guys see. Same thing with US 30. Registered, went down there way too fast, even though we saw this, which is crazy because it's like, I don't understand how it's doing that, and I literally was watching it create structure. But again, I don't create the market, guys. I just am glad to be in to catch the ride. But if you see US 32, man, I should still be in this, man. But I ended up getting out of it. But it's all good. US 32, guys. You know, bullish momentum. If you just look at the momentum to the upside, clear as day. Flat bottom, flat bottom. You know, after indecision. So this was like the breakout move. So if we get more bullish candles, I mean, there's no telling when US 30 is going to be ready to stop, but I do see major moves. And then, you know, ranging, because we are in a ranging motion right now, even though I can clearly be confident that as far as right now, we're bullish. It's not saying that it's going to break out of these levels, but until we get to this high again, we have to accept that US 30 is bullish. So I'm definitely going to take advantage of that between the zone of 34,600 to, well, 34,600 and 33,760. So I'm going to take advantage of like the buy zones in between there. And even if it decides to come back down, guys, because I still think we're bullish, even if it comes back down here. But, you know, once we start breaking these windows, if you just treat these lines as like windows, we'll know that, okay, well, US 30 is in fact selling. Don't get tricked by when it comes down here, because they'll probably do some major bounce and you'll have a better position to sell off just in the future, guys. But yes, we did call out this play. If you're actively in it right now, I said I believe that US 30 is going to do this. And if you're actively in it, you're up about 175 pips, guys. So not a bad move for US 30. I'm definitely going to look to take advantage of this as well. I'm going to see if we get a pullback, and we'll probably be out of the park, at least up here, guys. So US 30, what is all else? Oh, crypto as well, guys. You know, consolidated, actually broke up out of that level. So you see right now, it's still consolidating, but this was like the first, to me, this was the first move to let the market know that, yo, I'm ready to break out to the upside, right? It obviously has to pull back a little bit, and we might get a percentage back of this whole candle. So let's see where we're at. So we're about to be at 618 of this candle. If it came 100% of this candle, I definitely could understand. But in all honesty, to me, this looks like a break and then retest back into the zone. But, you know, this is cryptocurrency, guys. So I'm not necessarily worried about the move like to the upside, but we are still consolidating. So crypto is probably about to throw people off because it's not going to make any chances to break out until, you know, it's ready to actually, it could push down some more and then flip up. But based off of this, guys, I do see that we're still climbing to the upside. But this is just for the investing side. However you figure out, you know, for yourself as a viewer, how you're going to enter the market as a leverage trader on crypto, you figure that out, guys. But I'm just telling you, as far as the momentum I'm concerned with, is that we are still hawkish. We're still bullish, guys. So we just have to figure out what the market is trying to do from here. And obviously, we know any move that we have that could come down, it's still just a pullback in order to buy up higher until we start breaking like lower zones. So even if like Bitcoin, when I say crypto, I use Bitcoin as like an index. So even if it was to like come down, I'm not thinking like, oh man, the market is about to reverse. I'm thinking, okay, we broke out of a level of resistance, prior level of resistance, or a prior high, and we're coming back to retest those zones, just like Nas did, just like US 30 did, and then make our way up. So I wouldn't be surprised if this weekend this thing came back to like 20K. Not saying that it's reversing, but 20K just to bounce up and then pull up. But we'll see, guys. The momentum is strong to the upside, so I like what's going on. One thing that I will say is that EXY, guys, it looks like it's actually falling now. That's the euro. So I mentioned that yesterday about the euro showing some slight decreasing in its currency. So deceleration in its currency, guys. So I do believe that we're about to head to like a weak euro. Not saying that it's reversing, but based off of the fundamentals that I got from that the European commissioner that really stated, all he did was state that we're at peak inflation. I don't know why he mentioned that. You know what I'm saying? If it's like, if we're at peak inflation, to me, if you're looking at the peak, that means that's the highest it can go at that time before coming down. So I do believe, and I gave my bias off of that, guys, and why I do believe that the euro specifically is going to be coming down. So you guys can look at my video on YouTube at the market entry. What was it? No, Digital Wednesdays. Yeah, that was off of Digital Wednesdays yesterday, guys. So look at January 25th. Digital Wednesdays, guys, and you can use that information to try to discern, because this would be an area where I would expect us to try to the euro to get bullish again. Somewhere down here, you know, after we collect this move, it might push down a little bit more, and then pretty much probably this area is where the market will start getting bullish. But again, we'll just have to wait. But do I see it being bearish? Absolutely, I do see it being bearish. Let's see if we have some bearish momentum right here. We just need this thing to push down again. If you look at it, even with the Hakanashi patterns, guys, like, well, the Hakanashi candles, you can still find patterns that identify within foreign exchange. Right now, the thing is that, yes, I do see that flat bottom, flat bottom, flat bottom. But we don't have strong candles, and I'm not making an excuse to fit my narrative and stuff. I look from where we came from. Where did we come from? We came from strong momentum. So if I backed out to like a higher time frame, to me, it looked like the sell is still overtaken and we're just being choppy in order to throw people off and then bring the sell down, if that makes sense, guys. So this to me looks like a a bearish flag, which will bring the market down, guys. You just have to find your position, which will do what? That will start bringing the other currencies that's attached to the euro. So euro GBP, if the euro's weaker than the British pound, then that's going to come down. If the euro's weaker than the United States dollar, that's going to come down. What else is out there? Euro against Swiss franc. Just giving you guys examples. Some of these pairs I don't even trade, but just giving you guys example. That could actually start boosting euros stocks as well, right? So like the German 30, you may be able to take advantage of that when it starts coming down. Matter of fact, let's look at the German 30 real quick. I've never looked at it, so let me look at it live, guys. German 30, where is it at? Orlando, blah blah blah. I guess I'll go with Orlando. I'll look at other stuff later. Let's see if it's a low. Oh no, this thing is high too. Yes, could still get a push up. It's overall bullish. We haven't hit a level of resistance, or we're at a previous low, but in all honesty, I would think that it wants to blow through this to create a new high and then dive deep. So that would make sense if we start seeing bearish momentum from the euro, guys. I do expect the German 30 to start rising. It just makes sense to me if you just look at it overall. If you just look at it overall, like when it comes to trading, guys, break, retest, like just keep it very simple. Right here is a level of support. A previous high. So that would have been a previous level of resistance, now turn to support if the market returns back here. Let me see what it looks like on a candlestick. Hasn't returned back there yet. So unless the momentum is high to the upside, guys, we can see that this market actually is bullish. This market is actually bullish. This is actually a stronger depiction of what I would like to see. So yeah, the German 30 is in fact bullish right now, guys. Like, look at that. Yep. So I'm going to definitely figure out a area to get in to take advantage of this. But yeah, that was just me just looking at that. I actually didn't even save that. Look at that trade, guys. But, like I said, with all the currency pairs that I have, I'm just going over with what, we were looking at, what we're looking at today, guys. And I do see like definitely a good year for traders this year, but not to mention just within the digital GOAT community, guys, like I really see it being favorable for us. And I think it's everybody Jordan year heading into your Kobe year next year, 2024, guys. So based off of what I'm seeing, the market still looks favorable to us, guys. Look at this downward move. So Euro GBP is what I'm actively in. This is where I'm probably going to close out this week on Euro GBP. So, we just got to wait for it to finish this consolidation. Could pop up a little bit more. If you see, like there's a previous low right here. So could pop up a little bit more in order to pull down, guys. That would make total sense to me. I don't think it'll pop all the way up here. We have our trend until like next week. I think next week we might get like a push back up, but it has to hit some level of support. So somewhere down here is where I'll be able to make a decision to say that, next week we may even be able to still take the sell zone because it pops up, guys. But as far as the momentum now, I'm confident in what we're looking at. So just play the break and retest. Just know that the market could pull back up a little bit higher. If you're in right now, if you want to just wait for the retest, back to the downside, guys, definitely do that. But that's what I'm looking at. I just wanted to go over, a couple of those trade setups or whatnot. And make no mistake, guys, NZDUSD, we hit stop loss like maybe like once or twice, trying to not really play this zone. So, but we got our money back. Our risk to reward ratio was like very low. So we got our money back. Nas, I think we were straight on that. Yeah, we were pretty straight on that. US 30, we were straight on that. I think I maybe took like one loss, but I didn't give that out overall. And I know Ethereum, it pretty much went to the downside on us, but gave us another buying opportunity, guys. So yeah, I'm looking for a great week next week. I'm looking to close this week out strong, guys. So again, if you find value on my channel, guys, if you like, please comment too, and let me know if you guys want to add or you have questions from my inexperienced traders, or like, basic stuff. Don't think that I'm too far from answering like basic questions such as like, well, what is that line? Like, why did you draw that line? Stuff like that, guys. So again, I appreciate all of you that show up. I appreciate you guys that, that support my channel, that support the platform, and really are trying to win this year in the trading community, guys. That's all I'm trying to do, is provide some type of way for people to be able to win, because I already know like the pessimism that was put on trading because of how it got introduced to people, guys. So I'm here to not be a part of that wave. I just hope, I just want to help people win, guys. But again, help myself win too, because if you grow and you learn something that I don't know, that also helps me win as well. So appreciate you guys' time. Again, hit that like button. Make sure you guys subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you stay up to date on all my content. And as always, guys, see you at the top, because we're taking everybody to the top with us. God bless you. See you guys next week.